Orange, they told me download MySpace. Plenty blitz in the wood, it ain't no space. We in the band on them hits, it's okay. Clip don't fit, he gon' rap it with duct tape. Clear the scene, he got dead the worst way. 2 guns in my hand, working nunchuck. Take a risk in this shit if you try to buck. Dog shit in my pocket, I won't clean it up. Catch you hanging outside, we gon' ease up.
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Rooks on 7th, back at it again with another video. Appreciate the support and love on the last video, you feel me? Trying to be more consistent 2026, at least uploading twice a month. So hopefully by the end of this month I'll have another video up, and then we'll go from there. If y'all haven't already, don't forget to like, sub, comment, follow all the socials, Rooks on 7th. And yeah, let's get into today's video. Yet again, we're talking about streamers, I know, but it's too easy, man. These streamers, they really do be shooting themselves in the foot when it comes to content. And I have to admit, like, I'm really getting tired of these kick streamers, man. I mean, if you don't know what kick is, it's basically the rival to Twitch, a very famous streaming platform, and it was made by Aiden Ross and Trainwreck. They kind of started the company Kick, and unlike Twitch, Kick has got a little more freedom, you feel me? You can say a little more derogatory terms that you can't say on Twitch, and you can get away with a lot more content than you would with Twitch. These streamers on Kick, man, I'm really getting tired of them, you feel me? Like, they just be some of the most edgiest, cringiest streamers on the platform, or in just streaming in general. And you know, the content, the stuff they do, the way they act, the stuff they say, it really gets on my nerves sometimes. And we're gonna be addressing a couple of streamers that are just kind of really getting under my skin lately, and they're getting popular for the wrong reasons. So this past weekend, the Avengers of Cringe assembled to go to a club in Miami. If you don't know who I'm talking about, Clavicular, Sneako, Myron from Fresh and Fit, Andrew Tate, the alpha male, top G, or I might have to call him bottom G after his previous performance in the ring, and Nick Fuentes, right? These guys all assembled and decided to go to a club in Miami. But before we talk about what happened in that club, let me just give you a quick, brief description of these Avengers of Cringe. I'm gonna call them. That's what we're gonna address them for the rest of this video. So we'll start with Clavicular. He started off as a fitness influencer. He was giving fitness advice, and he decided to take it up a notch by starting a trend called looks maxing, which I absolutely hate this term. Maxing, mogging, I don't know what that shit is, but I hate it so much. It is the most restarted shit that I've ever heard in my life. This motherfucker has popularized these terms, and now every fucking team just talks about maxing and mogging, and it's really restarted. And he has some very questionable techniques in terms of looks maxing and mogging, which include bone smashing. So taking a hammer or an object and repeatedly smashing your face until your bones break. He recommends everyone gets double jaw surgery and taking methamphetamine. You know, he says he takes meth in order for him to lock in, and essentially, and he compares meth to Adderall, which, I mean, you know, if that's your cup of tea, man, I mean, I guess it is, right? Then we got Sneako. You know, Sneako is a reputable cuck. He just came out and said that he was perfectly fine with his woman sleeping with other men. So that's enough about him. We don't really need to know anything else about his character. That pretty much sums it up. Myron gives advice about how to get with women and how to improve yourself as a man, but you know, a couple of years ago, I'm not really sure if Myron really was hanging out with women. I mean, by these photos, I can't really tell. It looks like he was playing for the other side, and there's nothing wrong if you dabble in in that type of stuff. You feel me? It's 2026, so we're open to all cultures, religions, beliefs, and if you enjoy the LGBTQRSWX2YZ community, then you know that's perfectly fine. Mr. Tate does not need to be addressed. We already spoke about him in the last video, so if you haven't, go watch my last video. It's super entertaining, super funny. And we finally got Nick Fuentes, who is an avid Jew hater. He does not like the Jews whatsoever. Some might even call him a supremacist. And he has some wild takes on them, I'm not gonna lie. Do I disagree with him about some of his takes? No. I'm not here to put out my beliefs because I will get canceled immediately, and I don't have no problems with any Jews at all. But I do agree with some of his takes here and there. But he is very wild for the things he says, and he says the N-word a lot. Actually, the entire Avengers of Cringe, they all have something with the N-word. Clavicular, Sneako, Nick, Myron, they love saying nigga a lot. And that's why these guys are now facing a lot of controversies, because as I had mentioned earlier in this video, they had gone to a club in Miami that is ran by Jewish people, and they decided to play a song by Kanye West. It's called Heil Hitler, and in the song Kanye mentions his support with Hitler's beliefs, and he supports Hitler essentially in the song. He talks about actually saluting and praising him, right? And we all know Kanye's history with the Jews. It's not very good. He has put out some very controversial merch, such as a swastika t-shirt, made some anti-Semitic remarks on live TV. You know, Kanye's relationship with the Jews is not too good. We got Andrew Tate trying to do damage control.
My heart goes out to all of you. You know, I'm kind of thinking we should bring the Nazi salute back. I didn't play it. I didn't ask him to play it. I didn't dance. I didn't sing. In fact, the only time you see me on there is me storming out of the bus saying this is ridiculous and leaving. You know, I'm kind of thinking we should bring the Nazi salute back.
We got Sneako's friends calling him, telling him he's banned. These guys actually got banned from Miami Beach just for them playing that shit, right? They're not allowed to go to any Miami clubs. They're banned from hospitality groups, and they're probably the most hated people in the Jewish community right now.
You're virtually banned from every single hospitality group in the United States.
Like what?
Tao Group, Groot Hospitality, H-Root Group, virtually every restaurant, every venue, every nightclub, you're pretty much banned for your anti-Semitic remarks and your absolute racism and your hatred towards Jews.
And the funniest thing of this all is Andrew Tate's brother Tristan issued a statement saying, oh, I didn't play the song. If it was me, you know, it would have never happened. But if you look at the video, the guy is literally dancing to the song as well, bopping his head, bro. You know what I mean? This is what I mean by these celebrities, bro. I don't know why people idolize them and put them on pedestals, but these guys are fraudulent. Now that they're facing backlash, they're throwing everyone under the bus just so that they look good themselves. But they were literally playing the song a few months ago out of his Bugatti, and his brother over here got caught in 4K literally dancing to the song. Like, you can't make this up at all, bro. And Tristan Tate is 35 years old, by the way. Like, you're not a puppet at all, bro. You can say it with your chest. If you think it's a bad idea, just tell them no. Like, I don't want to be a part of this. You can walk out of the van. You can get your own Uber. You can call someone to pick you up. Like, there was a multitude of possibilities that you could have taken, but you decided to sit in the bus like a good boy and bop your head to the song, even if you knew it was wrong. But it is biased that this club is upset at them for playing an anti-Semitic song, and yet they play songs about niggas killing each other, bitches shaking ass, like all sorts of degenerate shit, right? Anything that harms the black community, they're okay with, right? But once it's about them, once the tables turn, like now they're the ones that are upset. Now they're the ones that have every right to be feeling like it's racism, right? But when they're the ones saying nigger off camera and shit, Like, there's nothing wrong with it, you feel me? So I do feel like there is a lot of biasness in that case. You know, these guys currently have a lot of power in terms of the entertainment industry, right? And that Jewish community is very well connected, so every Jew knows each other, right? And you're essentially just burning bridges with those powerful people in those entertainment industries. Even the mayor of that county is literally Jewish, so it makes it even 10 times worse. You gotta understand that even though America prides itself on freedom of speech, these Jewish people hold a lot of power, right? And the minute they feel like they're being fucked with, they can switch the narrative instantly, right? And you can't really go against whatever they say because they're just so well connected, right? So if you say or do anything towards them, they all just unite together and you're pretty much canceled. You get blackballed, right? No one wants to fuck with you because the Jewish community just holds that amount of power over like the industry pretty much. But I'd say that's about it for the video. Again, if y'all fuck with the content, don't forget to like, sub, drop a comment. Any ideas that you may have for another video, just let me know. Yeah, I appreciate it. Happy New Year. I'll see y'all later.